Congratulations on making it to another morning of diatribes from the voice of doom. And now here's your annoyed and irritated host, voice of doom. Thank you, Mr. Announcer, and it's September 1st. And it's a hodgepodge today. First, I'd like to say ni hao, everyone, ni hao. And that is Mandarin for greetings. I am going to try to do a few tutorials on Mandarin so we can all get ready to greet our overlord. And I'll do that sometime in the show. I have a bunch of random notes here. It's not even, I don't know what it's going to be titled because I don't know what the theme is. The theme is basically disgust for Petri dish. Did another speech yesterday commemorating his successful, well thought out and well executed withdrawal from Afghanistan and his hero and cult of personality status that he believes he is due to be a peacemaker, an ender of wars. We've had a war for decades and decades and spent trillions and trillions of dollars that we could have spent very wisely at home. Could have spent that money very wisely on domestic projects. But we spent $100 million a day, or whatever his math is. I gotta check it because I don't know. If it's 2 trillion, it's 2 trillion. 20 years, 1 trillion a decade. So, I don't think his math is quite right, and I came up with an apostate's creed because I was just feeling bitter and sardonic and acidic. And I wanted to satirize our whatever that is. And I came up, Hail, son of Satan, the only ill-begotten son of the Prince of Darkness, squatting in the left claw of Lucifer. I was going to go on, coming up with colorful statements, but it's, the unholy issue of rancid sperm. I can come up with all kinds of stuff that's disgusting. And he's disgusting. But then I thought, I don't want to satirize, and I don't want to offend people. They still believe in Satan, and I think if there is a Satan, he's pretty much a joke. We've been duped all these centuries into thinking that, hell is waiting for us, and Prince of Darkness and evil is, constantly on the earth, and he's all powerful. And I don't think Satan's much at all if he is around, because if this is the best he can do with his son, not much to be afraid of. But he made a speech, and I didn't listen to the whole thing because my stomach is getting all knotted up, and I can't keep food down very well. I'm getting dry heaves from watching him. So it's not good for my health to keep watching this petri dish of putrefied excrement of a diseased jackal. But I got the gist of what he said on the speech when I got the highlights from the various outlets, and same old idiocy, only worse, same old callousness, only worse, same old misrepresentation and self-adulation, and I don't know what he is. Sooner or later, let me tell you something, sooner or later he's going to do something that no one in the world will be able to deny is kind of insane. He's not going to be able to help himself. His mind is going. Do you understand? Just like Hal. The mind is going slowly. Daisy. Come on. He's going to do something really bad in front of everybody on the camera. He's going to punch out a reporter right in the face. And then nobody's going to be able to rationalize that. I don't care about Giraffe or Antarctica Boy. I don't think they're going to be able to come to his defense. Oh, well, there was a fly on her face and he was just trying to, come on. He's going to do something bad, and it's not necessarily going to be, you know, opening fire from the White House portico. It's going to be something really like punching a reporter, just doing something involuntary. And don't even think about what those things could be. But something's going to happen where he's going to be, it's obvious we got to do something. I mean, we really got to do something. We can't just talk about doing something, and we can't wait for an election. And I'll get to the election later. I got a few things on here. Massive crowds celebrating in Khost, Khost, I don't know, it's Coast. But whatever it's pronounced, it is a big celebration, and there's a lot of effigies and symbolism that, and I know the crowd is coerced. I mean, you know, it's all, everyone's coerced. But some people can be coerced to really believing in what they're doing. Shall I talk about the 30s? Shall I talk about China? A lot of people just don't like even that system, but they go along with the program for their own good. But he said another thing that was really annoying. Evacuation after a war is always messy. Now, first of all, if you win a war, and I mean win a war, you don't have to evacuate. And you don't evacuate. You either withdraw because the war is over, or you keep a contingency there, like Japan, Korea, and Germany, for years, decades, centuries, which is what we should have done with this last thing. We shouldn't have changed a thing. Should not have changed a thing. Maybe everything could have started to improve over the next few years when they get used to that, and maybe the Taliban would get tired of being killed after a while. And maybe the people would say, no, we're not going to have this. You know, because we like McDonald's, we like Starbucks, we like the pictures of women on the windows, you know, that are all dressed with makeup on. And we're not going to change. But he did it all. Well, I don't have to say this. Everything was wrong. But I never once heard anybody in the petri dish administration say we won the war. They all say they ended the war. They ended this hopelessly long, drawn-out war. But I never heard anyone say they won the war. And we didn't win the war, did we? In fact, not only did we not win the war, but we stayed there for 20 years trying to maintain some order. And then we said, let's start the game all over again, only let's give the enemy lots more stuff to be against us, because it kind of wasn't fair last time. I mean, we not only lost the war, and I say that literally. I mean, Vietnam, you can interpret it any way you want. Did we lose the war there? Well, we signed a peace treaty in good faith. I already told you all this stuff, and I'm not going to do it again. But evacuation is not what you do after a war if you want it, okay? I mean, I don't know why I had to explain the obvious to everybody. But there'll be plenty more idiocies and plenty more bile and vile green spewings from petri dish over the next few days, and hopefully he won't last much longer, but he will do something. He won't be able to help himself. He'll do something that they won't be able to back out of. They can spin all they want. They say the same thing. Well, only 10% of the Americans were left, so that's pretty good. 90%, huh? 90% on a test, that's like an A. 10% of what? 18,000 people, maybe? Just contractors alone? Okay, 10% left, 1,800 people. All right? So that's just the contractors. Let's get back to Mandarin, because I think that's going to be more important to learn than what the mistakes of petri dish is. Now, it's very easy to start, because mama, which is the first word that most infants learn in America, is mama in Mandarin. So you're already off to a good start. Say it with me, mama. That means mother in Mandarin. Now, yes is Shieh, and no is boo, B-U. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo on petri dish. Greetings is Ni Hao, and I remember that because Ni Hao is that island that was occupied by the Hawaiians for many centuries until they sold it. Okay. Woman I woman dealing Q means we love our leader. I think we should all memorize that together. Let's say it now together. Woman I woman dealing Q. Now, men is we and are. I is love. It's funny. Woman and woman both mean we and are. It's spelled women. Woman. Women. Woman, I, woman, de Ling Q. Ling is leader. And then the last word is XIU. I have a feeling XI is going to come into a lot of phrases over the next 2 decades or so. Yeah. Thank you. Shieh. Shishi. Shieh. Shieh. Shieh la femme. I don't know. It's the pronouncing. I didn't learn how to pronounce it. When I started trying to use the translator to say it out loud, my computer did weird things. But I'm going to give you a little bit of Mandarin every day because I think we need to learn it. And as a coda and a nightcap, I mean, I see the stock market still going up, and now they're saying, now why? I mean, this is ridiculous. People that are business experts are going now, there's no reason why the stock market should be bullish right now because all hell's breaking loose. And I told you why it is still bullish, because there's greedy people that can make money off anything. And I think they're just trying to see how far they can ride it up till it snaps. But they're saying that the reason we're bullish is because of a stimulatory environment. So everybody's expecting free money. The big rich pigs, the 1% who are telling us all the advice on what stocks to buy and what penny stocks are going to go up 10,000%, they're counting on us getting money in the mail or getting money on our cards from the government. And the economy is fake at this point. So people talking numbers and talking deficits, talking this or that. It's based on a Ponzi scheme and it will collapse. Now, we know that the economy is going to collapse, and we know that there's going to be terrorist attacks all over the place. So we know there's going to be basic anarchy, and not the anarchy like a few blocks are taken over by a bunch of would-be hippies. It's going to be real anarchy. It's going to be hyperinflation such as the world's never seen, and it's going to be a lot of explosions, and it's going to be unrest, and the Democrats are in charge, and they are going to find a way to not have elections. Mark my words. I mean, if there is any order at all by November of 22, which is very doubtful, then they'll find a way to suspend the elections. I just know it because, I mean, everybody's saying it's going to be a rout, and sometimes they're wrong because apparently Americans are really stupid. Because somehow they'll re-elect the same party that's sent us over the cliff into the abyss, into the bottomless pit. And they'll keep electing them because they're the good guys. And I say boo. I say boo-boo on them, and that's B-U. I'm going to start putting in Mandarin so I get used to it. So, I think they're going to suspend elections, and I feel sorry for people who talk about how things are going to get better after the election. I don't have the heart to tell them that it's not going to happen, because these whatever, people that are on that side that are somehow alien forms are going to do anything they can. Nothing is beyond them now. We've had pandemics. We're going to have variants. We're going to have panics. They can just drum one up. All they have to do is say it's spreading, and everybody will run into their bed and put their head under their pillow. What's spreading? Well, a variant, epsilon, is spreading everywhere. Everybody get back to your homes. Get your masks on. Take your, mail-in ballots. Take all your mail-in ballots home and fill them out there and mail them. So they'll have probably e-voting soon. So you'll be able to just vote over and over and over again on the internet, and they'll have bots voting. So, I mean, bots should vote. They have rights. I'm going off on a tangent, and I'm almost done. I said nothing. So, Shieh, thank you, and do good today. Do something good. It's September 1st, and try to accomplish something. Because even if things are falling apart, we can always be like the ants and build as things are being destroyed. A few words of wisdom. Okay, Shieh.